is a result of the other.
Okay.
Same ongoing crisis I originally started coming here for in 2023, I think it was. And I did the chiropractic and I did the physical therapy with Brittany. That was very beneficial. I did have to quit because I've been, in addition to navigating statelessness as the human trafficked hostage, the elephant in the room that nobody wants to acknowledge, and crimes of terrorism, which is what these injuries are. I've been navigating statelessness and homelessness. So now I'm back in this area for now.
Okay.
That may change. I'm a human trafficked missing persons. I am Interpol yellow notice number 21-22733 in a very serious international and federal criminal investigation that I'm the only one that can and will talk about. And I did bring you some documentation that is very important to my file that includes my diagnoses, including the myalgic encephalitis, the chronic fatigue syndrome, and the degenerative disc disease. And it also, I have 2 psych evaluations. One, a very detailed court order, and another one by another psychologist. And I have numerous doctors' documentation here. What is her name? The physician, Jenna Pembrooke, violated my rights. She violated international and federal law, and she obstructed justice by not keeping these in my file, which is, my file is monitored by my international and UN international intelligence detail. I was alerted. I had since resubmitted this one to Dr. Ames.
Okay.
And I was advised these all need to be put in my file.
Okay, so you want these in your trial?
All of these, and they need to stay there. And they do, and this one does verify, yes, I am intelligence, yes, I am CIA, yes, I am human trafficked, and no, I am not mentally ill, and no, I will no longer be gaslit by American doctors. So, that, and in addition, what Jenna Pembroke did was she wrote up a complete bogus felony false medical report on me. And I have the copy of that, and I have every one of her lies highlighted in yellow.
Do you need these back?
No, those are for you. And this is the 3rd time. My care does the same thing. And I had to go in with a third-party witness, and I had to confront Dr. Macon to his face. Dr. Macon, the mic.
Is Dr. Macon your primary care physician?
On paper.
On paper. Okay.
On paper. But
I feel like Dr. Macon and I need to have coffee. I see a lot of his patients. Okay.
Well, he's not going to be very longer because he's already served my purpose.
Okay.
But yes, the paperwork that Jenna Pembroke wrote up on me, it's felonious lies that she wrote up for no other reason than to narcissistically gaslight, to discredit me. And that's what she was supposed to do.
Well, I'm very sorry that happened to you.
She's be sorry for her, not me.
Okay. All right, so you're back. It hurts the whole back. But does the top hurt more than the bottom, or the bottom hurt more than the top, or is it just all the same?
It's all one and the same, and the problems are a result of each other. Like, here's just one example. I have a height difference.
Okay.
And a lot of that height difference now, since I was a child, this leg has always been longer than this leg.
Okay.
And as a kid, and this foot has always been turned in. And as a kid, I was in treatment, and I was supposed to have a brace. My parents were too lazy to use it, and at some point decided I didn't need it. Okay. So in addition to that, with the numerous injuries of all these years of terrorism in America as a missing trafficked persons, and the height loss, both sides of the body are fighting against each other. Like this side, this muscle literally like.
Okay, so it's not so much of a up versus down as a left versus right.
It's both sides of my body. Yeah, well, it's both. It's left versus right. And then I got the degenerative disc disease in the cervical, the thoracic, and here. And what brought me in this time is all the moving everything I own from storage unit to storage unit, trying to get in front of these human, as a result of these human trafficking criminals, targeting and sabotaging all resources of my survival. This is curved this way, as Dr. Ames showed me on X-ray, in which he said has increased since I guess it would be, I think the last X-rays we did before that was 2 years ago.
Okay.
And then, now, and I have this continuous years, pea-sized knot right there.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, and that is, for something so small, it's excruciatingly painful. The other thing is, and if you don't know about this, it's because you're not supposed to, so please don't gaslight me on paper, because I will know. Okay, and I will take care of it. I am tortured daily by America's DARPA electromagnetic satellite warfare. Okay, and they target all across the base of my brain. I should take this stuff off. They constantly shoot, which I recorded with Dr. Beltran. It should be in my file. It's probably not. They target all of these veins and blood vessels going up my neck.
Okay.
So this has been, it's getting better now, but it has been really tender and bruised to the touch.
Do the adjustments help?
Yes, it helps a lot, because what they do is, and they hit these, they hit all my vertebrae. They sit there and they target my. You ever heard of Havana syndrome?
Yes.
When the United States military, the human trafficking terrorist treasonous they are, targets their own people in Havana. That's what.
It happened in D.C. too.
It's happening, my friend. It's happening all over America. There's no less than, and that's why I'm doing what I'm doing. There's hundreds of thousands of victims, and that's why they needed to socially engineer the public to social distance during the COVID biowarfare operation. That was not about enterovirus D68 with the classified bacterial agent hidden in the virus, in which 43 of their labs were uncovered in Ukraine by the Russian military. 43 Department of Defense bioterrorism labs stocked to the gill with America's monkey diseases, their SIV, their HIV, and their COVID. And that whole thing was because, we all have a biomagnetic signature that is identifying with a fingerprint or an iris. That signature sequence is what gets programmed into the DARPA technology that works just like the internet, because it's a highly classified version of the internet that is not new. This goes back since the Nazi regime. I've been interacting. I've interacted with this technology since I was born. I'm almost 56. When you get too close to people, your magnetic field starts to mesh and merge. See, everybody was supposed to be under this enslavement and imprisonment. That's why they had to thin out the population, because there were too many people to do it to. We, the international community, put the brakes on it. That's why I'm a hostage here.
Okay.
So
sit up here. And
that is what's going on here. I've spent the last 39 years of my life jumping out of vans, saved my own life, being drugged by cars, hanging by my hair. I've been the hostage and the international intelligence agent in kidnappings. I've taken down serial killers, which I've said. So this is a result of all these ongoing injuries as a trafficked and outsourced international secret spy by the United States State Department. And I'm the reason why this war that actually started in 2020 that was hid from the public, me and my family are at the center of it. I brought the world here.
Okay. Does it hurt when Does it hurt when I press here?
No, it doesn't hurt.
Okay, here.
It doesn't hurt.
Okay, here?
No.
Here?
No.
Okay, good.
I'm really immune to pain. I have
That's okay.
very high
I'm also not
tolerance.
trying to cause you pain. Is it here? Okay, it's tight,
No.
but okay, uncross.
It is real tight, and on my right side of my back, I have a lot of paralysis going on, and just up until 2020, I thought my left side was my worst side.
Okay, shrug your shoulders down.
And
Don't let me push them down. Keep them up.
I come to realize
Don't let me play.
that I think my right side's actually worse. I just can't feel it.
Okay.
And
relax. Squeeze. Try to break my fingers.
did I break them?
No. I'm a superhero. Okay, spread them out. Alright, keep them out nice and wide. Don't let me stick them together. No, don't let me stick them together. So you keep them this way.
Okay.
Stay there. Okay, good. Now lift this leg up like.
And as a result of this, I have cognitive physical brain damage.
You're okay. Here, go like this, and try to put your foot on the floor.
Okay.
Yep. Now do this side. Up and down. Good. Push out. Pull in. Toesies up. Hit the gas pedal. Do you use this cane often?
I do, and why I use it is because I have really bad balance.
Okay.
And coordination problems. I'm really wobbly on my feet, and that gets changes around, better, worse, but balance and coordination, motor skills.
Okay.
And there's a lot of neurological damage going on with this. CIA Department of Defense Jay Cooper, who brought my son in an arranged adoption operation and got paralyzed my elbow right here in 2009.
Okay.
So it's on paper, the cover front is neuropathy, and I have this type of nerve damage throughout my whole body. My whole top layer of teeth are loose again, and I'm currently treating them, trying to tighten them back up, trying to hold on to the few teeth I have until I get out of this place. So this is an everyday life of mine that I live. And
deep breaths.
When I came back in here and started seeing Dr. Ames, I believe it was, this is my second full week. I booked appointments, I think 3 last week, all week this week, and I'm just trying to burn right through all my insurance, and I'm trying to hit it hard. I'm trying to get the spine as straight as I can. A lot of it's permanent damage. However, 80 to 85% of it can be corrected, and I've done it before, and that will make my life 80 to 85% better.
Awesome. Okay, so can you come 3 times a week?
Yes.
Awesome.
Yes, I can. And what I'm trying to do is just burn through and get the spine as straight as I can and get the muscles as loose as I can, because here's what is happening. As I'm pretty much, and same as last year and the year before, I just really kind of waste my chiropractic visits, which I do get immediate relief, because sometimes my head is exploding from it. But I don't have the muscle and soft tissue strength to hold things in place. Do you see what I'm saying?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Well, that's why we paired them together.
Right. I believe I get 36, physical therapy a year.
Okay.
And I get 18. So, after today, I will have 8 I will have used 8 chiropractic visits. And what I was going to do, I was going to save 4 for near the end of the physical therapy to top them off with like the last 4 chiropractic adjustments. Hoping there's not a crisis and I have to use them.
Have you ever had a conversation with Dr. Macon or anybody else about high blood pressure?
Yeah. Now I continuously keep having to explain this. I walk 2 to 4, sometimes 6 miles a day. I walk and I bus, and I walk about 10 blocks to get here. And I walk fast and I walk briskly. There's no concern for that. It's cardio. And I keep telling them this, and they, I was in the Macomb County Jail 3 weeks for a crime that never happened, and they had the mental health police, and they're dragging me out every day about this blood pressure thing.
Okay.
But that's I literally I do round trip anywhere from 2 to 6 miles of walking a day, most days of the week, anywhere from 5 to 7 days of the week. I basically live outside. My half of everything I own is in somebody's house that I can get to each day. The other half is in a storage unit in Dearborn. I depend on Planet Fitness at 12 and John R to take my showers. I have to eat out in the street. And so I'm walking from bus, and I'm walking fast. And so it's cardio. That's what cardio does. It gets the blood pressure up.
Okay.
You seem a whole lot more intelligent than Jenna Pembrooke did.
Well, thank you.
So I would appreciate if you would please note my medical.
I'm gonna read this. I'm gonna look in your chart. I'm gonna read those. I'm gonna make sure everything's in there. I'm gonna make sure it all matches. If it's there, then I'll make sure that it's there. If not, I'll put it there and we'll get it together.
Please
okay?
make sure those documents stay in my file.
I will. I promise.
Okay. I like you, and
Okay.
I'm probably going to switch you as my primary care provider because Dr. Nathan's already served my purpose. And he's gaslit me and he's committed his last crime against me.
Okay. Okay. Okay, so 3 times a week for 4 weeks, okay?
Okay, that sounds good. That's right about what I need.
Okay.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Are you coming? Okay.
Yeah,
I forgot you had stuff. My bad.
Oh, I forgot to.
No, I don't. Are you here? No, you don't. You keep me safe. Alright, cool. You have medical therapy right now.
Right, and then I will need to schedule my appointments.
We can do that
After, yeah.
you're done with everything.
Okay.
Hello. Sorry. I didn't know this, so apparently I'm on such order.
Okay, what day is the 22nd?
Okay, that was my July 2025 appointment with Sarah Newman, nurse practitioner at Total Health Systems on Van Dyke in Centerline, Michigan, USA. And I wish I had not stopped recording after that, because my next appointment right after that was with this Mike Siska, who is a real ignorant, arrogant, narcissistic, gaslighting son of a bitch who knows everything about everything because he's too dumb to know that he doesn't know anything at all. And he tried to gaslight me by thinking he knows more about... I wasn't in the room for a total of 60 seconds, folks. I had never seen this son of a whore in my life. within 60 seconds of seeing my face, in which he was not friendly, he was not welcoming, he was stone cold, hard face, callous, and rude, from the point of introduction. And then he proceeded to know more about myself and my body and my injuries than I do. And I had to put him in his place, and I actually stood up and I started to walk out. I told him, this is not going to work because I am my own doctor. Okay, you are here by my request to do what I am unable to do myself. For example, I'm unable to work the rock hard knots out of my back, and if I could, I would. And actually, I'm not unable. I can use the TENS unit, and I can use the corner of a building. Okay, I've done it a million times. So this son of a whore proceeds to tell me that if we don't do it his way, that he can't guarantee results. And I informed him that, for one, he can't guarantee results anyways, because he's not the one putting in the work and the effort. I am. Okay, and I don't expect results out of him or anybody else there, and I don't expect them to guarantee me any results, because my results depend on me and my treatment plan that I put together and that I designed myself, and they are there to work for me, paid by the insurance that I have, since Total Health Systems refuses to take my cash money, which was an issue last year. They said they can't take my money. Okay, I get like Stuart Zuckrow couldn't accept my money to rent a room because he only accepts payment in the form of blowjobs. Okay, so Total Health Systems also couldn't accept my money, so they get paid via my insurance at my request. I'm the one that comes there and requests the service as part of my treatment plan that I put together as my own doctor that I am. They are there to serve no other purpose except for the expensive signature for the documentation and to make sure my medical file stays updated and documented correctly. They don't do that. So, see, that's what happened with Jenna Pembrooke. In February 2024, Elizabeth Victoria White from Syracuse and myself, we met Jenna Pembrooke for the first time. Okay, and she was given the same mental health documentation, the psych evaluations. One of them, the court ordered one, the court said psych evaluation that Sarah Newman was giving me the other day. It, however, did not make it into my file. And what this bitch did was she wrote up a felonious false medical report on me. And she did not even mention the 7-page court-ordered psych evaluation that I did give her. But she mentioned the Dr. Ben Sander's psych evaluation that I did not give her, that she never ever even saw, and she only knew existed because I mentioned it to her. And then in her felonious false medical report, she didn't even get that right. Okay? And I have what amounts to about 11 lies highlighted in yellow. So after that appointment, I had went to Dr. Macon, okay, who did the same thing, Dr. Macon at My Care One Stop Shopping Corporate Health Care, okay, and he did the same thing, in which I have on video, and he did that after the previous video recorded appointment where I can be heard in the video sitting silently from the time I come in, never having said a single word to anybody, and then he suddenly calls me back and he falsely accuses me and starts threatening me and gaslighting me in the hallway about something that never, ever, ever happened. Well, that whole thing is in that 2-hour video recording. And then Dr. Macon also removed the same paperwork, and that's video recorded when I took Jan Gall as a witness with me. And by video, I resubmitted it after he sat there on the video. He didn't know I was recording, and looked through the laptop and verified to me that the evaluation that he himself remembered putting in there was no longer in there. So he wasn't real helpful about Jenna Pembroke's Felonious false medical report. So I went to Total Health Systems and I talked to, if there is a decent, sincere, and genuine, honest person at Total Health Systems, it would be Dr. Ames, who was new at the time. And I confided with him and I gave him a copy of it. And I asked him, could he give me a name and number to whoever I need to contact in the Total Health system, Total Health corporate system, to have an actual qualified doctor, which Jenna Pembroke is not, redo the visit and correct her felonious false report so that my medical documentation would be correct. Excuse me. He said he was going to speak to his boss, which was turned out to be Dr. Beltran. And that, you know, and he was new and he just works there, okay? Doctors aren't the same thing they used to be. He just works there, okay? And so then the next day or a couple days, I don't remember, but I think it actually was the very next day when I followed up with him. He had basically said that, yeah, he had talked to Dr. Beltran, and I guess really wasn't much that they were willing to do. And I told Dr. Ames that day that that Jenna Pembroke is going to pay for her crimes, and she's going to pay with everything, including her life. I'm taking her life. I'm taking her life on a treason charge. Human trafficking, terrorism, treason, and felonious false medical reports. Okay? And I told him I'm going after her with criminal charges, and I'm stripping her of everything, and I'm breaking her down to nothing and taking everything she's got with tax and interest. And he didn't like to hear that, but that's just too goddamn bad, isn't it? And you know, and like I said, if there is an honest, sincere, decent one there, it is him. And based on what I don't know about him, and I don't know very much about him. This Mike Siska, now on this same day after this appointment, after I had left there, I had went to Planet Fitness, had my shower and everything, and then I went to the Yemeni coffee shop in Castle at 12 and Van Dyke. And I had sat there till pretty late. They're open till like 1 a.m. And then from there, I had walked to the gas station at the corner of Van Dyke and 11 Mile. And I went in and I bought some snacks, and I was sitting at the picnic table they have in front of the Dunkin' Donuts right there with the gas station. And I'll be a son of a whore if this motherfucker didn't pull up. I'll be a son of a whore if he didn't. Got out, went in there, and mind you, I'd only seen him once. Okay, so, you know, I could be mistaken. I don't necessarily trust my own judgment, being that I only seen him once, but I was quite positive that that was him. So, and Billy and Stan here were with me real time, and whoever else was here with me real time confirmed to me that, yes, it was him. And when he came out, he sat there. I don't know what he is. He thinks he's short. He want to be a thug or something. Thinking he, some kind of wigger, sitting there in his SUV, blasting his Tupac and stuff, and just sat there and stared at me a whole lot longer than he should have. Several ongoing minutes while we were sitting there. I was sitting there talking about him in real time with DARPA agents I was communicating with at that time. So this is what the cyber terrorism has been about. Okay, because they don't want to document my medical records correctly. Instead, they want to commit a crime, and then and go so far as to manufacture a felonious false medical report. Okay, now what if the SSA needs to access my medical records for their own knowledge and information? They're not going to have the correct information, but they are now. Okay, and not only that, my medical reports, this is important because this is an investigation. This is a fucking criminal investigation, you fucking retards. And that is the reason why I tell these stupid CIA, Macomb County Corporate Council, Homeland Security contracted dingbats at these corporate healthcare facilities, America's cheap, chintzy, commercialized corporate fucking healthcare, where these retards look at them, my friend. When you go into these doctors' offices, look at these fat nurses taking your blood pressure and your temperature. God, that's another thing. I'm real sick of you dumb Americans gaslighting me about this blood pressure, because see, there's a thing, there's a conspiracy behind that now. Okay, they like to try to associate that and turn it into a mental health red flag. America, my health and safety is none of your fucking business. You fucking doctors and you fat, filthy, pathetic nurses, you work for me. I am my own doctor. Okay? You work for me to establish my goals for what is my treatment plan, not the other way around. So, anyways, I don't go to total health systems anymore because they tried to intimidate and threaten me with the centerline pigs. I went for my appointment, and the centerline pigs were two cars of them were backed up in the back of the lot. I walked past them and I walked in. I went to the bathroom, and when I came out, they were standing there, and the powdery face dingbat behind the desk, the one that wears 9 inches of powder on her face, the powder that would crack if she did smile, because she doesn't. They're really unfriendly. Them dingbats at the front desk. She handed me a letter. She said they have canceled all my appointments, and I can no longer come back here anymore because they committed a crime, and that crime is being exposed and exploited. And that really wasn't the intended purpose of these videos. The intended purpose was for accurate reporting of my injuries and my conditions for both my SSA file and for what is a international and federal criminal investigation into organized human trafficking and terrorism and treason. Okay? Them taking all their lives on. And I inform them of that to give them the fair opportunity to not break the law and not to obstruct justice by concealing and protecting crimes of kidnapping, human trafficking, murder, terrorism, and treason. To conceal and protect their own crimes. And that is exactly what they do. And that is a threat to international, national security, public safety, and human life. And most specifically, mine and my family's life. And they're all going to have to pay for that. And I hope every one of them have children. And I hope those old enough also have grandchildren. I hope, because that makes it, that just brings the body count up, and it makes it way more worth my time knowing that somebody's got 2 or 3 or more kids whose life will be destroyed, and who will never ever grow up to have a chance in this life. So, you know, the intended purpose of these videos was I was recording myself, my doctor's appointments, about my confidential medical information that, as far as I'm concerned, is not confidential, and it's not a secret to me. And since it's my medical information, okay, I own it. It's my fucking call. Okay, I didn't need, like, they gassed and lit me and tried to threaten me about damaging their reputations in their professional career. I don't need to do that. Okay, and that was never the intended purpose, because the videos speak for themselves. This is Global Missing Persons Alert, Interpol Yellow Notice number 21-22733. And so it's probably going to take till morning before this uploads, against cyber terrorism against what is like 3 devices now. And that's what the cyber terrorism for these last couple weeks has been all about. So we're going to make America face their fucking fears head on and just get it done and over with. Okay, and then they have nothing left to fear except the gas chamber they're going to be executed in under the ICJ in the Netherlands. The gas chamber that holds 300 fucking forthright Nazis at a time. Thank you, and have a good night.